Are you looking to extend your outdoor garden's growing season or be able to start your seeds sooner? Well, in this video, we're going to show you how you can convert your garden bed into a greenhouse. We'll show you how to do it step by step, just using some basic materials. So let's get our gear together and let's get building. So here at our project garden box, we're ready to get going on it. We've done a little bit of pre-work, we've done our measurements, we've got our wood pretty well cut to size. We're just using womanized treated 2x4 as well as some 1x6 boards that it's treated. And those we've ripped into strips. So we've got our frame laid out, we're just getting it set up so it's square. We're going to pre-drill our holes to put our screws in because we don't want that wood to split. And we'll just work our way around the whole perimeter until we get them all done. Because we're connecting these corners together, we need to go in at a bit of an angle. So I'm using a fairly long screw. This is a 3.5 inch wood screw. So I'm going to just put the last screw in to get this frame finished, and then we're going to be moving on to start to put the framework for the actual greenhouse. Just like that. So with the frame built, it's now time to move on to actually creating the structure that's going to hold the plastic to make the dome over the greenhouse. And to do that, we're going to be using some basic 1/2 inch PVC plastic pipe, some fittings, and some end caps in order to attach it to the base. And in fact, we've actually pre-drilled those bases, and we're going to put those on now. So in our pre-measuring and pre-cutting of our wood, we actually wound up cutting these strips. Now they're used to go down onto the framework so that when we tighten the plastic, these will go down and hold it taut. But for now, we're going to use these in order to find the location for these plastic end caps for our frame. So we're just going to lay our strips in place where they're going to be in the near future. And that gives us a corner to indicate where we need to put our end cap. So with that in place, we're just going to take a screw, and this is just a 2.5 inch wood screw. And then we just do that in all 4 corners. So that's our 2 front corners, and now we just need to measure and put another one right in the middle that'll support our other hoop supporting the middle of our structure. So that's the front all done. We just need now to go to the back and put in the 3 posts there. Okay. So now to create the frame for our greenhouse, we're just using our 1/2 inch PVC, and we're just going to cut 3 pieces, 74 inches long. So now we're ready to take our pipe and turn it into a hoop by putting one end into the connector on that side, bending it around and putting it into this side. Before we do that, we want to slide these PVC tees onto it because these are being used to support our cross rails. They're 3/4 inch, so they easily slide over our 1/2 inch, but they have a 1/2 inch tee coming off where our cross rail will plug into. So 1, 2, 3. And now we just put our hoop in. We just push that down into our connector as far deep as we can. So it's nice and tight. So now we just take our pipe and we bend it around. Bring it down so that the other piece goes into the connector. Push it down in good and tight. So this end is done. Now we just need to do the other end, in which it'll need those tees put on it as well. And then we have our hoop to put in the middle. Now there's no tees on that one, it's just the hoop. So it's very easy to put into place. There, our hoops are in place, and now we just need to bring in our cross members. So now we take our first cross piece, find one of the tees we slid down, just insert that into the tee, push it in so it's nice and tight, bring it across to the other side, and make a connection there. And we'll do our middle one, and then finally our third one over on the other side. And there, our frame's together. We just need to put some tie straps across our center members to support that. So now our frame is complete. Our next step is going to be draping the plastic over it and bring in our wood strips to attach to hold that plastic tight in place. So now it's time for us to measure and cut our plastic. Now we've got a large roll of plastic, mainly because we got a few of these we're going to be doing. So we're going to measure out the length, how much we need, and stretch it out and then put it on. And this is good quality greenhouse plastic. It has a UV protector in it, You can use whatever you prefer to use, but if you're going to all this work, why not put on the best you can? So we have our plastic now draped over the frame. It's looking pretty good. You're starting to get a real good idea what this is going to look like as a finished project. The next piece we want to do is put our strips on. These strips will go over the plastic onto our framework and get screwed down. So I'm going to do the back one first just because it's a little tight space. So I'll get that one in place and snug down the plastic. Then I'll be coming around to put this one on, and I'll be pulling my plastic tight and then drive my screws down, and that will hold that plastic tight to the frame. And I'll just come along and tighten, put in a screw, tighten and put in a screw, and that'll have our plastic nice and tight. So the ends are kind of easy. They're kind of like doing that Christmas present. Just grab the excess plastic, pull it over so it overlaps itself. Take your strip, take your screw, we have one last strip to put on the other side, and that'll have us complete for that end of the job. So our strips are all in place. The plastic's nice and tight. The structure's very strong. So now I just need to trade in my screw gun for a utility knife and cut this excess plastic off. So now we're just throwing a set of hinges on it just to make it easy to lift the top so you can do maintenance to your plants or let some of the heat out if it gets too warm inside. Excellent! So you can see it opens up very easy. It's not super heavy. So now all we're going to add is this little item. You may recognize this if you have a screen door or a storm door. It's that little spring and chain that stops it from swinging back too far. So we're just going to add this to the lid just so that if for some reason when you lift it, it tries to get away from you, this will catch it and save it from flipping all the way over. So there's our greenhouse project. You can see just how easy it is to put together. A little bit of material, some of your time, and you can make a greenhouse just like this, lengthening your growing season and allow you to start your plants even sooner in the spring. Thanks very much for watching. We'll see you next time.